Alright, just want to pass on some good information here for anybody that doesn't have dash lights on. I would hope this would pertain to anybody with a 73 to 79 F-Series pickup truck. I'm not sure how the various 250s and 350s, this is a 150. But I was having a problem with my dash lights, and apparently a lot of people have problems with stuff I've seen either on Facebook or on the Ford truck enthusiast forums. So I want to just pass along something that I came across, and I don't even know exactly how to pinpoint to tell you what exactly my issue was, but I do want to just show people how you can troubleshoot it, because I've already just in a few minutes this morning kind of helped figure myself out how I got this straight. So first of all, you just got to get the dash apart. It's real easy. This is the cover fascia here. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to go up top, Phillips-head. You got another one here for a 5th one, and then depending on how hacked up your radio section is here, there may be a couple right here. The wiper, windshield wiper, you got to get a hook, and there's a slot on the top of that knob, and you got to use a little force, but it will pop off. You'll probably have to catch it across your garage, because you do have to kind of put a little bit on it, but it should come right off. And then for the headlight switch, basically you'll have to do this. Mine's already apart, but you can get your arm underneath the dash, and then there's a button right over on the other side here. You can't really see the button. Even with the light you wouldn't be able to see it, but you can feel the button really easy, and as you push the button you pull and this will come right out. So it might take a couple tries, but you'll get it. So alright, but as far as the dash lights, what I got going on is I had certain signals but no flashlight, so excuse me, no dash lights. So in order for me to troubleshoot that, I did eventually I did a couple of things a while back. I pulled the fuse out and checked it, and it worked. If we can see this good enough here, see if I can get a light on it. Hold on. But let's see if this will work. But if you look in the upper right hand corner, if I can get this light up maybe a little way, there's a little baby fuse up there. It'll say instrument panel just to the left, and I checked that and it was good. The other thing I did was, just to be on the safe side, and I don't know if you can see in the video or not, but I did clean the tabs on each corner of the fuse and make sure those were clean. And then I also pulled this off the back, because there have been issues where the wire that goes from the fuse on the back to wherever it's going, which in this case is here, that it wasn't connected properly. So I wanted to make sure that was fine. So that's okay. So now that brings us to this guy. So basically, if you can see, if you check with your test light, this is all I'm just using as a test light because it's the easiest. I've got to clip the ground. The first wire here doesn't have anything, and I'm on the bottom row. I have this thing flipped basically out of the dash, so that the top row is actually, well, actually the bottom row is probably the top row, but if you flip yours over like this one to the towards the driver's door, it's going to be this bottom row. This first one doesn't have any current. Second one has current. You can see the light up, and I believe the third one does, if I got in there good enough. There you go. But this first one doesn't. But when I pull the headlight switch on here, you can see it light up. So that lets me know that that very first wire, which is like a grayish, maybe cream color with an orange stripe, I believe that's the one that goes to that little fuse down there, but that's the one that lights up. So another thing I noticed was, I don't know, hopefully this isn't too bright, but you'll see traces. It's kind of like a traces for the blind here, because you know, if you've ever looked at like traces on like a circuit board for like a stereo or maybe a computer or something like that, are a lot smaller, but you'll see the lines going to various places throughout, And that basically, you can see each one corresponds with one of these wires. As they're hot, it sends current to wherever it needs to go, very low DC voltage. But mine is in very good shape. I've seen some of these online that apparently they turn to powder. This one is not like that. It's completely opposite. It actually looks excellent. But what you also see is around each one of these black tabs here where the lights go to the dash, whether it's the turn signals or just the dash lights, is there's a copper ring that goes around it. So, make a long story short, if you have current, let me cut the headlights back on. If I touch in the right spot here, well, you can see the headlight actually come on. Not the headlight, the dash. I keep saying headlight, I'm sorry. You see the dash light come on. Watch when I cut it off. So you can see it. You see the whole bay here cut on. So under here, you can see the light. So not getting current for some reason. I don't know why. There you go. So if you touch with your test light somewhere in that area, you'll see your test light come on. So I'm not sure in my case if I was, I was trying to do these with my arm underneath the dash. I got a feeling I was changing out the turn signal light each time, and I wasn't maybe going to the right one. I'm not sure, but I did put a new bulb in this before I put it back. But now I have lights. You see it light up. So I still got these on this side to do, so I can test them the same way. I can see if at least I'm getting current going over to the other side. So I just wanted to pass that on. It does make it a lot easier when there's a video showing it. So get you a test light. It's going to be this first light. You will not have voltage on that fuse, that little fuse down there, until you pull this headlight switch, because it's hot going here. But obviously your dash lights don't come on unless you cut the headlights on. So once you pull this, then it opens up the circuit to the fuse, and then from the fuse it comes to this wiring harness, and then it's this first wire here, and then from there it's going to all its respective places. And of course it would be my dad calling. So hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.